Okay, what's your first verse?
I said, who died on the cross?
Okay, Jesus died.
Jesus died. Is Jesus God?
Yes, Yahweh in the flesh.
Does God die?
No, the flesh died.
I didn't ask you what died. I asked you who died, and you said Jesus. And if
Who
Jesus is
died was
God,
Jesus died, right? And Jesus was God in the flesh.
yeah. So if he is God in the flesh and God doesn't die, so you mean God died? I mean, that's
No,
the law of
no,
identity. If I say
no.
Grady is talking, or you say the person in the picture is talking, you're still talking about me talking. Intellectually, your religion doesn't hold. So, and if you
No, it
talk to
does.
somebody smart,
It
he's
it
gonna
it
debug.
does. It just doesn't hold for somebody who follows a false prophet.
No, you could say that all you want, but one plus one plus one is three. It can never
But
be one.
one
If
times
Jesus,
one times one is one.
yeah, but what I'm saying is we're not timing God. We're adding
What
because
you're saying is
Jesus,
not what I'm saying.
Jesus is 100% God. He is not part of God. You don't believe he's part of God. The Father is 100% God. You don't believe
Right.
he's a part of God. And the
The
Holy Spirit is
right.
100% God. So you have three God. Just like I'm 100%
The
human, you are 100% human, and
the
Jill is
word,
100%.
John 1:1, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Verse 14, and the word became flesh.
It's not became flesh. I speak four languages. English is my fourth language.
Well,
It's the word was made flesh.
no,
Now
it
all
says,
the new
and the word
translation
became
change the
flesh.
translation. It's anarchy in all logos, care logos in prostonteon.
Uh-huh.
And when it goes to John 1:14, it's not the word became flesh. Now Christian just loosely changed the word. Why don't you change the same word in John 1:6 when he's talking about John the Baptist who was sent? Why don't you say John the Baptist sent himself? I mean, you're not talking to a rookie. I've been here around, like I investigated.
I know you've been here before, and that's why
It's
you're
not my
still
first
slot.
rodeo,
It
but
I know, and you're gonna lose another rodeo. That's why I'm
yeah.
ready to take you off because I'm literally laughing at your sialism. So let's continue on. So let's see. You created an argument outside of the teachings of your own Islamic uh, mythology. So
Nah,
in
but if you
Surah,
say the word became flesh and the
so
flesh
so hang on,
died,
hang on. It says here in Surah 2, ayah 154, say not of those who are slain in Allah's way that they are dead, they are living, but you perceive not. Or think not of those who are slain in the way of Allah that they are dead. Nay, they are living with their Lord. They have provision. Surah 3, ayah 169. So neither the Old Testament, the New Testament, nor the Quran teaches the doctrine of annihilationism. Annihilationism is what you have to believe what you believe about Jesus dying on the cross. When he died, he was not completely non-existent. You're acting as if he died, he ceased to exist. He didn't.
uh, I never said that.
Okay, so then you need to
Do you
change up your
understand
argument.
what death is? Wait, do you understand what
Yes,
death
I
is?
do. Death
What
is when the spirit is no longer in the body. That's in James chapter 2, verse 24.
the separation of the body and the soul? Did that happen to Jesus?
The
Because if you read First Timothy six
spirit,
sixteen, it says
the,
you're
the,
back in the
the body
matrix.
died.
Body don't like even us when we die. It's separation. Our body die, but our soul lives on. But we're not immortal. We're still mortal. And First Timothy 6:16, Habakkuk 1:12, they all say God doesn't die. He doesn't taste death. It's like me
Right, right,
saying
right.
I'm
What?
not a virgin because I had sex for 1 minute. No, or 2 seconds. No. If you have intercourse, you're not a virgin anymore. So if Jesus died for 3 days and 3 nights, he was
Uh-huh.
dead. His body separated
No,
from
no, he
his.
wasn't. No, because the spirit descended into the lower parts of the earth. This is crystal clear in chapter 3 of First Peter. Once again, You're in
Did he
violation.
say,
Hang
Father,
on.
I
You're
hand
in
my spirit
violation
to
of your
you?
own scriptures. Your scriptures do not teach annihilationism, and your argument is based off of the concept of annihilationism.
Mm, what I'm saying is, even when we die, we don't we're not non-existent anymore, but we're
Okay,
still
so if
mortal.
God
Okay,
comes in the flesh and the flesh dies, God is non-existent.
that's what I'm saying. The flesh didn't die. Like the flesh died. I agree, but still, the second person of the Trinity died because his spirit separated from the body, and that's what we call death.
Okay.
Because me, when I die, my body dies, but my soul lives on, and that's what you guys don't understand. And
No, I do. I do
that kind
understand.
of death. Wait, let me finish. That kind of death never happened to God the Father. First Timothy 6:16. He alone is immortal. Immortal means you will never taste death. And I said God is alone is immortal. That means He's the only one that will
Right.
never experience that. And
Right.
Jesus experienced it at the cross,
Yeah.
according to you.
Physical
So
death.
He's not immortal.
So, as we say
Every time
here
I'm
in
killing you, you go in the
Luke
matrix.
23:46, he says, Father, into your hands I entrust my spirit. So his spirit
Yeah.
didn't die, the flesh died.
When I die, does my spirit die?
Dia,
No.
can I ask this guy two
Wait, wait,
questions
wait,
so that
wait,
you,
wait,
you
wait, wait,
continue?
wait, wait, wait. We're having a conversation. You can get it. Like
Yeah, I
I
know,
don't
I
want.
know, I know you're having a conversation. It's just part of the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Let because he said something. When we die, our spirit don't die, our body die. When Jesus died, his spirit didn't die, his body died. So what's the difference? We're all mortal, and God is not mortal; He's immortal. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not about the spirit dying. We're not talking about the spirit. When I die, my spirit don't die. My spirit lives on, and my body dies. And the same thing happened to Christ. So He's not immortal. That's all I'm saying.
No,
So
what it
my
is
question
that
to you
what
is that, Dia, can
go
I ask
ahead
you
and
one
then
question
I'll
so you
take it.
continue? Yeah. So my question to you is that, what happens to the people who lived before Muhammad and they died before Muhammad? How would they hear the gospel, the message of Allah?
Assalamu alaikum. You see the intellectual dishonesty? I am asking him questions about immortality. He is answering me about eternality. Immortality means you do not die. Eternality means you never cease to exist. Both God has both attributes. But if they believe Jesus is God and Jesus died, I'm going to question you about Jesus's immortality. But instead of answering about that, he's saying annihilationism, which pertains to being eternal. Whenever these preachers are live and they have a bunch of their subscribers listening, they are always intellectually dishonest. You said Jesus died. I'm asking you, and you're talking about the body. According to Christianity, the whole reason why Jesus came to earth was that the animal sacrifices wasn't enough to cover the original sin and people's sin. So they needed a perfect sacrifice. Hence, Jesus Christ, who is according to them God, coming down on earth. But then he kept saying the body died. If a simple created body dies, what is so special about that sacrifice? Bodies been dying since Adam. Since Adam, bodies been dying. So which person of the Trinity died for you? If you're answering just the body died, actually the person of the Trinity didn't die, then you have a problem. a simple body dying is just a pagan human sacrifice. That's not the reason why Jesus came. According to you, he came to die for your sin. But then you know you have a problem with 1 Timothy 6:16, who says he alone is immortal. Alone is immortal, which separates God from his creation, because all his creations will die. Kullu nafsin zaihatul maut. Every living soul shall die. And then that's the New Testament. The Old Testament, in Habakkuk 1:12, what does it say? He's the ever-living. He will never die. The Old Testament says God will never die. The New Testament says God will never die. The Quran says in Surah 25, verse 58, that put your trust in the ever-living, the one who will never die. So you said Jesus died, then resurrected. Does that fix anything? He still died. God doesn't even die for 1 microsecond. It's like I told them, if somebody has sex for 5 minutes, you cannot call him a virgin. You cannot say, I'm a virgin because I only had intercourse for only 5 minutes. Your God died for 3 days and 3 nights according to you. So why are you coming back and telling us, oh, he resurrected after 3 days? He died. His body separated from his soul. When I die, my soul separates from my body. When Jesus died, his soul separated from his body. My body died, my soul is eternal, my soul lived on. Jesus' body died, his soul is eternal, his soul lived on. I'm not immortal when I die, because when I die, my soul leave my body. Jesus is not immortal. When he died, his soul left his body. That is easy to understand. And that's why I told him his religion intellectually doesn't hold. Wassalam.